taking a test, what's so important when you're taking a test, you must be prepared. You must study. Because when you study and you're prepared, when you're taking a test, then it brings confidence. It brings confidence. When you're prepared, it brings confidence. In the natural. The same thing when it comes to God. When you go in God and when you stay close to God, you're studying. You're being prepared. Why do you think Psalms 91:1, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty? See, 911 emergency. See, that particular passage of scripture is a militant scripture used in a time of war. And what happens in a time of war, the king will summon the leader, the number one man in charge, into a secret chamber. And into a secret chamber, the king will reveal, especially when it's a time of war, to that number one man in charge, his thoughts, his heart, his plan, his thoughts, his will, his strategy. And then once he leaves that secret place, he's going in the shadow or in the authority of his strategy. And so what happens when you get close to God and when you give it to God, and whatever test that you're facing, he's going to give you his strategy on how to defeat or come through the test that you're in. It's God's strategy. Someone put that in the comment, God's strategy. See, God's strategy, there's structure. God's strategy, there's a plan. God's strategy, there is a way of escape. Even the scripture said, God said he will not put nothing on you as a believer that you're not able to bear. But in the time of temptation, he will provide a way of escape, his strategy. And so this is what God, even in some of you who are listening to me, you're dealing with mental warfare, you're dealing with adjustments, you're dealing with depression, you're dealing with all kind of things. And so, but what's going to bring you through what you're dealing with is God's strategy. And God's strategy is his faith. His faith is trusting in him. And what you need to do is, the first thing you need to do in this particular strategy is to remove your mind, remove your emotions, and remove your thoughts. And see, you cannot be emotional in some situation. You can't make an emotional decision when you're facing an emotional situation. You got to be logical at the emotional thing, because if you're not careful, you're gonna knee-jerk. You're gonna make a knee-jerk decision. You're gonna have a knee-jerk action or reaction to a certain thing, and that the foundation of that thing is gonna be based on your emotions, which will lead you astray. And so, strategy and structure, strategy and structure. And so, those are some of the thoughts and those are some of the words that I want to just drop into your spirit today. Those of you who are fighting certain things, learn how to balance the thing that you're dealing with, your thoughts, things that are coming up against you. Balance them by not allowing them to pull you in. Don't allow those thoughts to pull you in. Don't allow those situations to pull you in where you can't think, where you can't find God, where you can't be logical. That's what it comes down to. And some stuff you need to just step back from. I don't know who I'm talking to, but whatever you're facing and whatever you're dealing with, this situation, you need to step back. Some stuff you got to step back. It's just like when you're reading something from on a wall, if you're too close to the wall, the letters, you cannot make out what's being said. But in order to read what's being said on the wall, you got to step back. And there's some that'll listen to me. God wants you to step back. Step back where you're able to see. Step back where you'll be able to understand. Step back where you'll be able to read what's been said. Where you're able to understand. Where you're able to process. And see, the thing about it, when it comes to life, when it comes to development, life is a process. Nothing's going to happen overnight. It takes time for everything. Even the scripture says that teachers wait on teaching. Preaching, wait on preaching. There's a process with everything, with a job. When it comes to elevation, there's a process. You're not going to be at the top overnight. It could happen, but in many cases, it ain't going to happen. It's a process. You can't you can't push the cart before the horse. The horse has to lead the cart.